Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. Call InventHelp today.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-352-1609. That's 1-800-352-1609.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement, and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method, and to get your free report, go to 52security.com. That's the number 52security.com. 52security.com. Go to 52security.com.
Hurt or injured in a car accident? It can be hard to take the proper legal action after a car accident, but waiting can cost you more. The law requires car accident victims to assert claims promptly. You could lose out by simply waiting. Call 800-709-4667 right now to see what your claim could be worth when handled by a skilled attorney. With a lawyer fighting and speaking up for you, you could be entitled to a big cash award. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Now it's fast and easy to connect with the legal help you need after your car accident. Call 800-709-4667. The call is free, but you need to act now before time runs out on your claim. You need a lawyer to fight for you, protect you, and get you the compensation you need and deserve. Time's wasting. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Call now.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month, and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please, call or go online right now.
You shouldn't have to pay to talk to the people closest to you, or the people who used to be. That's why Umbrella Wireless is proud to announce the new Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan. Now you'll get unlimited calls to your best buddy, your mom, or Cindy, once she realizes that you're seriously meant for each other and should stop screening your calls. Now the 30 minutes of agonizing silence where you're both afraid to hang up may drain your battery, but it won't drain your wallet. And you'll get unlimited calls just to check if she still cares enough to pick up, with no extra charges. With the Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, your phone will automatically answer calls from your ex, because maybe she finally realizes that you're the only one for her and wants to get coffee sometime. Now, after lonely nights of looking at pictures of the road trip you took together when everything was great, your misspelled texts are absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the booze. The Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, because she wants you back. She just doesn't know it yet.
listening to The Rod Eccles Show.
Back. By the way, if you wish to call the show, you can do so at 603-835-3224. That is a toll-free number, by the way. So, yes, you can do that should you wish to do so. As we continue on, look, as I was saying, you got to do your due diligence when it comes to when it comes to all of this scam type of stuff. I mean, you gotta pay attention to it. You gotta do your research on it. And you can't be taken, because people will find, all kinds of different ways to try to scam you out of your hard-earned money, and they're playing on your greed, or sometimes not just your greed, but on things that are, unique and so-called fabulous, that nobody else has. Well, isn't this unique? Isn't this cute? Isn't this novel? And people will tend to go for that kind of stuff, unfortunately, without really thinking too hard about it. And that's and then they get taken, and then they start blaming everybody else around them. Now, I'm not letting anybody off the hook who perpetrates a scam on anybody. But you know whose fault it really is? Yeah, the criminal is at fault, and they should be punished accordingly. But you know what? If you get caught up in a scam, most scams, believe it or not, are pretty shallow. That if you just did, a good 15, 20, 30 minutes of research on them, you would weed it out and you wouldn't get taken. But most people don't even do 5 minutes of research. So therefore, if you don't even do that, it's your fault. Now, there are some scams out there that are very elaborate, very sophisticated, and very deep. So if you did do the 30 minutes or so of research, you might still get taken. And in that particular case, well, you got to be careful, because, if it sounds too good to be true, it just probably is. It might be too good to be true. Bernie Madoff is a prime example, but I think if people had bothered to do a little bit of research, and they would have found that, there were people that were starting to, well, I guess in the Madoff case, that was a deep, well, established, thought out scam. And even if people did their research and what have you, they wouldn't have seen, most likely, the truth. So that's a different story. But there are just some scams, and they were out there in this particular program in American Greed. They were out there, selling real estate. I see these all the time. And I often ask, how can people get taken? Time and time again, excuse me there. How could they get taken time and time again by these real estate scam artists? Yeah, and I know that there's some out there now. There's some new ones. There's the housing flipper thing. Remember people like Carlton Sheets, Dave Delgado? Remember him? I believe he committed suicide. There was other people, Charles Givens. He was a lot more than just real estate. There were others too, way back in the 80s, early 90s, real estate. There was a couple of Asian Americans and Asian immigrants that got arrested in, was it Tom Vu, I think, was one. But we had all these different scammers, basically. But people kept buying. They go to these seminars and they kept buying into this notion that they could get rich quick and rich easy off of buying and selling real estate using other people's money, even if they had bad credit and no money. And look, I didn't buy Dave Delgado's system. In fact, a person that I came across that I met. He had it. I claimed to have bought 2 properties using the system, and he let me use it. And at the time, my wife and I, we looked at this and just thought, how are we going to do this? And we tried to do it, and I got to tell you, every real estate agent that we went to and tried to look at houses, they laughed at us. We didn't get anywhere with it. Now, I'm not saying that people haven't been able to do what they say. I'm sure they have. But for the most part, a lot of this stuff, and later on in the 90s, we had the opportunity to buy a Carlton Sheets at a deep discount. Now, granted, I wouldn't have paid full price for this, but it was at a deep discount. So we bought it, looked it over, and found out it was pretty much the same thing as a Dave Delgado thing, just repackaged. And it wasn't really going to work. But people continued to buy this stuff. And now we've got the people out there with the look, I have talked to flippers. Because I am seriously interested in flipping myself, and I may get into it. But I got to tell you, there is no easy way to do it. I know everybody sees all these flipping shows on TV now, and they think that they can, it's real easy to do. And that they're always going to make, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 per flip. That is not the case. And I got to tell you, after talking with people who are in the business and who've been in the business of this type of thing for years, and they cannot believe that a lot of these hucksters who are out there, and I'm not going to say any names because I haven't purchased any of their products, and I haven't, or packages, whatever they have, and I have not tried to use them. I have not tried to dissect them and see what they have, but I just say you have to be careful and look for the red flags, because it's not as easy as they want to make it sound that it is. And if it was, they wouldn't be hawking their system for basically pennies of what it would actually be worth if whatever they were selling was actually real and actually worth. I'm sorry, I don't see somebody selling you the secrets to their multi-million-dollar business for $395. That should be red flag number 1. I've made millions of dollars doing this. Okay, and you're going to sell it to me for $400? Really? What's the catch? You have to watch out for this kind of stuff. Now, it's not to say that you can't learn stuff from buying a book or buying a course and things like that. Yes, you can. And you can also find a lot of that stuff that you purchase in these packages for free online. If you do, you got to put in some time, but it can be done. And you can learn a lot by watching these programs. And you'll see that there's some tricks there that is not as easy as you think it is. And you got to know what you're doing, and you got to know what you're looking for. It's important. It's important. You've always got to do your due diligence. And sometimes it's something that doesn't involve you making money. Sometimes it's just somebody out there trying to sell you something that's really pretty much a scam. Now, if you're actually getting a product, that you're happy with, have you really been scammed? All right, let's take and I'm by no means am I saying this next thing is a scam, but let's just take it for an example. The pet rock. Now, anybody could walk outside, take a rock, go get one of those rock polishing kits that were available in the day, toss it in there, and then glue a chain on it, and they'd have a pet rock. But people spent, what $295 or something like that back in the day for a pet rock. Now, is it really a scam? Well, people see exactly what they're getting before they buy it, and they buy it. It's a novelty item. And so you can't really come back and say, well, I was expecting this thing to go up in value. Kind of like the tie. Remember the tie Beanie Babies? Before the bottom fell out, how expensive some of them had gotten? Some people say, well, Ty was trying to make them go. Well, really, were they? Or were they just continuing to make different types of these creatures, beanie babies, that people seem to want? You bought a product.